G'day guys, Paul here. Today I'm going to show you how to tune your violin. Obviously you want to be tuning your instrument at the start of each practice session. So this is going to be a video especially for beginners and parents of beginners. So hopefully no matter what your skill level, you should be able to tune the violin by the end of this video. So before we go any further, what I need you to do is I need you to go to the App Store, so it can be Apple or Android. I need you to download an app called Simply Tuner by a group called Mango Future, which is a pretty funny name. It should be available on the Apple and Google App Stores, and you can download it on your phone or tablet. So pause the video now and go do that, and then unpause when you've done it. Okay, so like I said, you want to be tuning at the start of each practice, and I'll show you a bit of a quick run through of the parts of the violin we're going to be using today. So the first thing is we're going to be using what are called our fine tuners. So this is there should be a fine tuner that corresponds to each string. So there's the G, the D, the A, and the E. The other thing we're going to be using, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, is our tuning pegs. Okay, so we'll talk about when to use them, but we're going to start with our fine tuners first. So the best way to tune your violin as a beginner, and it's kind of foolproof, is I have it facing towards me like this. So that way I can see what I'm doing, and I'm just plucking with my thumb and tuning with my left hand. And if you can swap hands, whatever you need to do. So I've got this app here, it's ready to go. A good recommendation for when you're tuning your violin is to never twist your pegs or tuners in silence. So never twist in silence, which is also a great dance recommendation. Thank you, I am a dad. So what we're going to do is on the app, I've pressed the G note and I'm going to pluck the G string. And you see it says very low, so I'm still out of tune. Got it. Okay, so I'll do the same thing with each string now. You're going to press D as well. A. And that's it. So your violin's in tune now. So just a couple little tips for you. These fine tuners are pretty much bulletproof, so you can twist them as much as you want and you're not going to ever snap a string. Really experiment how it works. You might take it past the pitch where accidentally. Don't worry, you're not going to break a string doing that. So that should hopefully tide you over for most of your tuning needs. We're going to come to the pegs now. So this is where it gets a bit interesting. Basically, as a beginner, my strong recommendation is that you don't touch these. You let your teacher tune with these if you can, or if you know someone that is a violinist that's a bit more advanced, if your violin goes really out of tune, you might be able to take it to them to tune up. So I often get a lot of parents coming to me saying, I tried to tune my son's violin or my daughter's violin and they snapped the string. And the reason is they just go whoosh, and then that obviously snaps the string. So when will you need to use your pegs? So say you lived on a deserted island and you didn't have access to a teacher or another violinist to help you, and you hear that your string has gone floppy. So have a listen. I'll take the G. You can hear it's gone really out of tune. So that's when you need to use your pegs, because your fine tuner won't shift the pitch enough to get it back into tune. So that's option one. The second option is you might have twisted this all the way to the end of its twist. All right, so you'll notice that because the fine tuner will go all the way into the tailpiece and you won't be able to twist it sharper anymore. So that might be another time when you need to do it. So what you're going to do if you need to use your pegs, the first thing is you're going to unwind your fine tuner all the way out, pretty much until it's got, it's just maybe just a little bit of play on it, but pretty much all the way out. You'll feel where it comes out to, and most of them actually unscrew and you can take them out. So not quite that far, but just in a little bit so you've got a bit of play there. Now these pegs, these are 500+ year old technology. So if you know much about guitar, you know that they have geared pegs. These are just wood twisting into wood. So the way that you want to do it is you want to push and twist. But this is why people break their strings. The amount of movement you need to shift the pitch is so minimal. So if you watch me do it from this low G, I'm going to play it and show you. I'm going to go up to the G, and I just need to get it close so I can then use the fine tuners. Okay, so I got it there eventually. Now you would have noticed that I reckon I tune from, I'll just do a close up here. So I just want to show you when you're tuning with your pegs how little it is. It ends up being probably less than a quarter of a turn. So I'll just show you, really out of tune G, and we'll press the button. And then we'll finish it off with the fine tuner, just make sure it's okay. So yeah, like I said, the difference between that being in tune and being out of tune is very small. So you just want to be very conservative with your twisting. Another good dance tip. So yeah, that's how you tune your violin. So I hope that was helpful. And what you need to do now is go and practice. Enjoy. See you later.